At the Money Show in Toronto, we're live on location with George Robinson, the CEO of RavenQuest BioMed. George, welcome to SmallCapPower.
Thank you. Thank you for having me here.
So at RavenQuest, you like to talk about the RavenQuest difference. What do you mean by that?
We start off with three things. We call it innovation, science, and opportunity. And what that really is, if we use innovation and science together, it builds a tremendous amount of opportunity for us as a company and also for that investor out there.
So you've introduced this disruptive grow technology, Orbital. Tell us about that.
Yeah, the Orbital Gardens 2.0 is disruptive. Although, in the same breath, it's been around for 40 years. But what we've really done in the cannabis space is take it and really make it enterprise ready, so you can have multiple gardens growing multiple times, and it actually manages itself, right from the nutrient additions, the pH, water, all of that's taken care of automatically through self-learning algorithms. That's the innovation and the science of it.
How is this relevant to the investor watching you?
I think it's really important because in 72 square feet, we actually have 500 square feet of growing space, which is incredible. Also in that area, we can get about 500 times the amount of yield out of that area. So that's kind of cool because now when you put an invested dollar into a square foot of production space, you get a higher yield, which is a higher return for anyone investing in this space. I think number two, we have an environmental and sustainability plan. That means we use less water, less energy for the lights, and less nutrients. That way you can say, if you make an investment, that there's a really solid moral thing that you're doing is that we're using less of those inputs to make the same yield of product that's actually even more stable than flat table gardening.
So in Canada, where are you based and what are your plans over the next 6 months?
Awesome. We are based currently in Markham, Ontario. And that's a 20,000 square foot facility. And then we're also located in Edmonton, Alberta. And that's a 35,500 square foot facility. But interesting, out of those two, we'll get a minimum of about 11,000 kilograms of production, which normally would take 60 to 90,000 square feet for that. And then our further build out is our Indigenous peoples work that we're doing within our 4 pillars. And we have a facility of 250,000 square feet going into construction right now up in Fort McMurray. And then we have another facility of ours out in the Sunshine Coast of British Columbia, which will be 125,000 square feet, all using the exact same technology, exact same clothing. So what we have is a real repeatable process here that when you make an investment in one, they all look and feel exactly the same, which in the long term as an exit strategy is going to be a great plan for someone if they wanted to come in and buy us out.
So are you a grower or will you get into value-add products or the flower market?
We're definitely going to be into the value added, but right now, as you know, Health Canada has very limited type of product that we're allowed to put into the market today. So we're being very careful with the money that we're spending, making sure we get the flower right. We said like this, if you want great food, start with great ingredients. If you want great wine, start with a good grape. Well, we want to start off with a really good plant, and that's why we're using McGill University to help us out with creating a really great plant and a sustainable plant and a plant that will express itself the exact same way every time. That way we're going to start off with the right ingredient for that great meal. So in that case, then we'll move off into our processing, turn it into an end product that we think that we've got some really awesome ideas that come a year from legalization the world's going to be excited to have and to try.
And lastly, what do you think about the Money Show 2018? How was your interaction with investors and those attendees?
Well, first off, the Money Show has been awesome in San Francisco, now here in Toronto. And, you know, I had almost an hour and a half of questions after I got off stage. So that really tells you that investors are really interested and wanting to know more than just maybe the capital markets. They want to dive a little bit deeper than what's actually happened there. And I'm always pleased to talk anywhere from the stomata of the plant to the capital market side. So I think the show in itself is of extremely good value for us and for the investor to come in. And I think more importantly, here we've been able to, again, engage on a very personal level with them, and they can come up and chat with me at any time, which they don't always get that kind of access. So I think that's of extremely good value.
Wonderful. George, wish you all the best with RavenQuest. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for taking time to chat with me.